on your standard rain-filled afternoon in Seattle, Washington.
Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in week 4.
Ready up. Striker, 3-3. Ready?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his man, complete. It's Hale finding space at the 40. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Come on, set. Hey, hold here.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Complete to Kelly. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
The Seahawks at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
But just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense, because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Right.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Walker with a grab, left side.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Strike.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Repeated the last play, finding Walker. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. Back to throw again. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes.
Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there.
4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
That's good for 28 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him. And I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
DK Metcalf.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down.
This will be caught. Judy.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Murray. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. On play action, it's Murray. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Second and 6. He finds his man complete. That's Hale. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defense.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. His third touchdown of the game, 10th on the year.
And the Seahawks take a 3-touchdown lead.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 21-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The slot man in motion right. Throwing on first down is Murray.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He completes this to Walker.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. In motion goes the tight end. Back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And he is such a tough quarterback to defend because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket, big plays result downfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Play fake. Murray. And incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Throwing again, Murray.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Murray. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Slot man moves right. On 2nd and 10, Murray. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. And his kick is indeed good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
The Seahawks take over first down at their own 21-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw.
Throw out wide to Walker.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And 3rd and 8 now. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Kaiir Elam makes a pick, and the Cardinals are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defense.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cardinals.
David Montgomery, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Now the try here for the point after. And he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down.
Credit for that sack goes to Cameron Thomas.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. He'll look to throw. And Walker has it.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready. Red, cycle. Yellow, blue. Yellow. Cluster, 6. Ready.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That's caught by Keller. They find some open field here. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cards are going to have it here.
Bro, you're so fucking lucky, dog. Niggas throwing right to you.
Got over the 50-yard line. Don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that, that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
So roughing the passer there, a big mistake defensively.
Yeah, and even though you've got a quarterback out of the pocket and the rules change downfield, that doesn't mean the same rules don't apply with the QB. Anything more than one step, they're going to throw a flag on you every time.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Murray. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line.
Oh, and he's going to be brought down a few yards short of the goal line, and they're going to be unable to stop the clock from here. So close yet so far, and that's going to be how this first half will come to an end.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of the best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect
trying for Brown, and it's intercepted.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happens, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Ken Walker.
A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Seahawks take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
And now it's blocked. The Cardinals pick, and nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The 30. 10, 5, and he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points.
Well, you figure with a veteran kicker out there, these extra points almost automatic, but this one turns into 2 points the other way.
And we both know it's hard to put it on him. I think there's a breakdown in the protection, but guess what? It does go against his record.
Takes it at the 7. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line.
1 yard gain brings up 7 and
Back to Montgomery on second down.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
Murray now on first down. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete.
Touchdown, Cardinals.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone, and a 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
The Seahawks take over first down and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
Hey, check Vega.
4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Trouble, 38. Black Olsen.
Out of the gun now on third down. And that is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
97 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Off the option, here's Montgomery.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Play action. Now it's Murray.
That's complete to McBride.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Murray now on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And got his man complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up first and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on second and goal? The slot man in motion right. On second and goal, Murray.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a third and goal.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it winds us down to the end of the third quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the fourth and final quarter. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. That was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. He'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. The Seahawks on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, move you.
Now back to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Bro, you are so lucky, dog. Oh my God.
As a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll try and run the option left side. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Running for it, Montgomery. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Montgomery with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Cardinals have taken a 4th quarter lead.
They'll look to throw. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Yellow, go. Yellow, blue.
They'll set up to throw.
Returning right back to Lockett.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
You're darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Blue, go. Field, black.
They'll look to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Kelly.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. If they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Again, it's Walker.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll go with a keeper. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give him 2 on the play there. And the Seahawks are going to have a first down.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Check that.
On second down, it's Walker.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. The rain compounding issues here for a possible field goal try. They'd love to obviously get closer, even pick up the first down if they can. It's 3rd down. He'll look to throw.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Cards have just about sewn up this football game.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Murray. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now Murray. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16. But
and I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
Go.
Murray sets to throw on fourth. Got a man, and Schwartz complete. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Now for the point after. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
37, Seahawks 27. Matthew Wright set to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Seahawks make over first down at their own 25-yard line.
On the set.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And this one too low. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. With how the coverage was positioned, up was about the only spot the quarterback had to try and deliver that pass. Just put a little too much height on it. Incomplete.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Marco Wilson. And the Cardinals come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially